The following contest is a triple threat match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Jamie Iovine from Brisbane, Australia, CeCe Chanel.
Not often the official of the match comes out with some of the competitors.
Yeah, there's a phrase for that. The fix is in.
Exactly. I would have to agree with you. Here we see CeCe Chanel, who begrudgingly has had to go along with the terms of her contract, even though it might be contradictory at times to her overall success. I'm actually surprised every time she is allowed to wrestle.
Yeah, allowed to wrestle. I mean, even just that phrase, how ridiculous is that? And Jamie Iovine spends the better part of his time just berating her when she is in that ring.
Introducing her opponent from Los Angeles, California, Viva Van.
Viva Van making her way out here. She's got that paperwork in hand. It just begs the question. She signed?
Yeah, I don't know if she flashed it at Jamie Iovine. I don't know. I gotta believe that it'd be a little bit more definitive if she had. Maybe still mulling it over. Maybe what happens here, maybe that will be what the determining factor for her is. I still find it hard to believe she'd even consider it.
You recall last time out in action, Iovine grabbing her ankle during the match, saying, "This is the type of stuff you're going to put up with if you don't sign. I'm going to be there to haunt your every move."
Yeah, I mean, but look at it's haunting your every move. He's haunting CeCe Chanel, and she did sign.
And introducing their opponent, being accompanied to the ring by HALSTON BODDY, she is the Killer Bay, Heather Monroe.
So we often talk about the BOGO, the buy one, get one, and Heather Monroe basically gets that here because Heather Monroe had said after that match that she had with Viva Van was stopped short by Jamie Iovine. She had requested again, "I want this match with Viva Van," but now a chance to exact some revenge on Chanel as well.
Yeah, you're right. The BOGO, chance to finish some business on two fronts. Heather Monroe still looking to convince Viva Van that this is, to rip up that contract, she says. Not worth it. And I agree with Heather Monroe. The Killer Bay and the lethal accessory HALSTON BODDY have been just fighting on behalf of the good of this women's division.
Triple threat match. First pinfall or submission will decide the victor. And you saw that Heather Monroe, again, admonishing Viva Van, pleading with her not to sign. And here we go, taking aim right off the bat at Chanel. You'll recall CeCe Chanel and Heather Monroe saying, I wanted you, I want that match. And now she's got it, made Chanel a non-factor, at least for now.
Yeah, for the moment, this becomes a de facto one-on-one match, the unfinished business of Viva Van and Heather Monroe. You see that lucha background of Van at the start.
Yeah, well documented. We've talked about it. Viva Van's looked fantastic since returning, except for when Iovine would get in the way.
Yeah, again, what is the power structure? And there you see CeCe Chanel on the outside, now giving it back to Heather Monroe. Oh, sending her head first into the post.
And Mylo Matters, the official, doing absolutely nothing about it. But again, in this type of matchup, there is going to be some leniency with the rules because you can only win by pinfall or submission. Head scissors takedown now by Chanel, showing what she can do. HALSTON BODDY fanning Heather Monroe on the outside, and the Killer Bay gets back into the fray, and a whole lot of history. Two arch rivals, former friends, going at it.
Yeah. Heather Monroe. I'm just very curious to see how the officiating of Mylo Matters is going to play a role in this. It's just very suspect, her sort of being the official in this match and coming out with Jamie Iovine.
Yeah, well, it's been almost non-existent, and she's letting these ladies fight, and, I'm okay with that, with all of these combustible issues that are going on. Van now in there really hammering the Killer Bay, and I think, a very competitive rivalry between these two.
Yeah, and well-documented history between the two of them and reigniting since she's returned.
But at least there's some respect in the rivalry between these two. It's not the bad blood that you have with Chanel.
At least not from Heather's perspective, but Viva has seemed sort of slow to forgive the past so far.
And understandable. Said it took 2 years to get an apology from the Killer Bay. Took her a while to change, and now exacting some revenge if she still has a grudge. Here, this chin lock really making Heather Monroe pay the price.
Yeah, and if she's able to pick up the victory here and beat Heather Monroe and CeCe Chanel, you got to believe that Viva Van will be right at the top or right near the top of this women's division.
You got to wonder, what's going through the head of the official. Mylo Matters is Viva Van defeated her weeks ago, got a victory over, and getting a good look. Scouting session, perhaps.
Yeah.
And Chanel now makes her way back in there. Again, it's a triple threat match. First pinfall or submission going to decide the winner, and all orchestrating all of this is Jamie Iovine.
Yeah, anything can happen. It usually does in these types of matchups.
This unpredictable action will continue right after this.
She thinks she's better than everybody. Look, I've been around a long time, and this little queen Caitlyn I've been talking about gets her own locker room? What's that about?
You want to challenge her for her crown?
Well, I wasn't. But I am now.
Guess who's challenging you?
Wait a minute, somebody's challenging her. The
Me?
queen?
Okay.
You ready? Nikki Lane.
No, not Nikki Lane. What a
Nikki
peasant
Lane.
she
Nikki
is.
Lane.
She's
Oh
such
my
a peasant.
gosh. I will accept Nikki Lane's challenge. I will. But I'll do it on my own time. Nikki Lane. Yes.
What's she doing?
Kiss her hand.
No.
Oh, no, she's biting it. How about that? Nikki hooks her. Suplex. Going for that fisherman suplex.
and Jarrett has
and,
the
and
leg.
DK secretly has Caitlyn's foot. Nikki turning her attention to Derek King. I hope she punches him. And she swipes at him. Roll up. 1, 2. She got her. Thanks to Derek King.
That was not fair.
Queen
I'm mad about
Caitlyn
it.
wins.
I'm mad about that.
Derek wiping his feet
We're going to have to ban him
on
from
Nikki
ringside.
Lane, and she spins him around. I don't know who you think you are, Derek. Big slap! She just slapped the taste out of Derek's mouth. Watch out, Nikki.
Oh.
DK's got her. Oh my goodness.
I feel like you don't put your hands on the
Wait
leg.
just a second, that's Austin Lane. Austin Lane, Nikki's husband, hits the ring, but Austin's seeing red. He ducks. Austin with a big clothesline. Van Vicious goes down. Big knee by Austin Lane, the best of the best. Hits the ropes. Down goes Van Vicious. How dare Derek King put his hands on another man's wife? Austin Lane is in the building. He works here as a backstage producer, hits the ring, evens the odds, and Derek King takes off running with his tail between his legs.
Welcome back. Oh, stealing a page out of the playbook of the Killer Bay. This looks a lot like the 7-year stretch.
Oh, could you imagine if Viva Van made Heather Monroe tap out to this?
Oh, how sweet that would be for Viva Van, but Heather Monroe, you got to know that she has seen just about every potential counter for that and using it over the years.
Learned from it, able to escape the hold. Viva Van with disdain written all over her face for Heather Monroe. Heather Monroe, though, firing shots back.
Maybe it's Heather Monroe that's hell-bent and not the hell-bent Vixen. Heather Monroe's been hell-bent on getting a women's title. She's really been a champion for the women's division.
Absolutely right, and that's why I think when she said that she's changed, I believe her.
And that contract, oh, what a senton on Chanel, who turned from friend to enemy due to that contract originally penned by Nico Marquez, and now being enforced by Jamie Iovine.
What a kick from Viva Van, taking Heather Monroe out of the equation for the moment. CeCe Chanel, the only one on her feet.
And Chanel, every time she gets an opportunity, which is, few and far between, to actually show what she can do in the ring, you know that she's going to be extremely aggressive and looking to impress.
She's got Viva Van and Heather Monroe. She's taking care of both of them right now. Impressive from Chanel. Even Jamie Iovine's got to like that.
Talks about going from sweet to psycho, but has to eat defeat, so to speak. And both Viva Van and the Killer Bay go down in a heap, both thinking the same thing there, scoring with the clothesline. And we'll see who can capitalize first. Whoever gets back to a vertical base, this might be a huge turning point in the matchup.
Yeah, all three women are down. Mylo Matters utilizing her count. Iovine trying to will CeCe Chanel on, but screaming at her.
And likewise, HALSTON BODDY trying to fan and get some life back in the Killer Bay.
Viva Van, the only one out there that doesn't have some form of representation, although Jamie Iovine would like to change that.
That's true. That's still very much pending. And if she thinks it can maybe aid her in winning this high-stakes matchup, maybe she'll decide to sign. We'll see.
Fighting from the ground up, these three ladies just trading shots back and forth.
Vicious shots. And, man, how about these forearms? I'm telling you, Chanel is hitting with bad intentions and a lot of pent-up frustration. Now the cutter by Chanel. And, oh, man, caught her double knees there by Viva Van.
Can Viva capitalize? I think rightly going after Heather. Heather took a really brutal shot there. Iovine beside himself, looking on.
Van scored with the code breaker. I don't know if she'll be able to break the code that whatever that contract is. Snap dragon suplex there by Heather Monroe, looking to pick up the victory. Close call, not yet.
Viva Van able to just get the shoulder up of Heather Monroe. Just a split second away from victory in this big-time triple threat match.
And again, when it's first fall to the finish here, you really have to have both of your opponents in a compromising position or somebody else is going to come in and make the save.
You got to have eyes in the back of your head. You have to have that sense of urgency. Really capitalize on any opening that you can find in a match like this.
And there you have to have head on the swim. What is Iovine doing?
What was that?
Iovine pulling Chanel, his client, has her under contract. And now, oh no! HALSTON!
Collision, malfunction at the junction maybe.
Was that intentional? Well, it sure as hell is.
What is HALSTON BODDY doing?
It sure as hell was. Why? Why, HALSTON? Think of the history here and now. Picking up the pieces like a vulture. Here is Viva Van. You're going to call that a win? What was that?
Here is your winner, Viva Van.
What have we witnessed here?
What just happened?
Well, let's take a look back at the action. I mean, and we look back, brought to you by UnitedWrestlingShop.com. But here you see Iovine pulls Chanel down off the apron. That opens the door for HALSTON BODDY with that belly pop, and then he aids Viva Van into that finishing sequence.
We said the fix might be in, but we didn't think it was going to be like this. HALSTON BODDY betraying Heather Monroe. Oh my God! Viva Van using the steel chair with reckless abandon on Heather Monroe. Somebody's got to stop this.
The hell-bent vixen, I guess, aptly named. Hitting the back with that chair after HALSTON BODDY stabbed Heather in the back.
A dagger from the lethal accessory, as I like to call him, but an accessory to an absolute crime in that ring. Oh, this is disgusting.
No.
Stop this.
Oh! She's breaking Heather in half here.
Heather Monroe is defenseless.
There you go.
Oh my God.
There, Marjolly.
That contract.
Pop quiz, Heather Monroe. Who brought HALSTON BODDY to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood? Jamie Iovine. Who put me in charge of you winning the gold? Jamie Iovine. And who have I been working with since day one? Jamie Iovine.
HALSTON BODDY, you performed phenomenally. Performance of a century. You've earned it, my friend. You're finally getting what you came here for. I am opening the body shop. And your first client, Viva Van.
Unbelievable.
Disgusting.
Boy, I mean, years in the making here. Viva Van, the first member signed to the Body Shop.
A HALSTON Body and Jamie Iovine with this long con, and just look at just kicking dirt on Heather Monroe.
Long con is right. And I mean, unbelievable. Think of the history. Think of the history between Body and Heather Monroe. And if I can steal a phrase from HALSTON Body, hey, Body, how dare you?